Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video. And today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Miss Marvel from the Abomination Build-A-Figure wave. Here we have Miss Marvel displayed in the front window with her accessories and Build-A-Figure piece. We had the Gamerverse logo there at the top, and then we get the Avengers logo and her name down at the bottom. On the side, we get some artwork of all the Avengers from the upcoming game. We see Thor, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hulk. Then we see Miss Marvel and Captain America near the bottom. And that is going to be the same artwork on both sides. On the back, we do have the artwork there of Miss Marvel just by herself now, arms spread out and getting the stretchy thing going there. And then we do have a quick read-up. Whip smart with an optimistic personality, Kamala Khan is determined to combat injustice wherever she finds it. Then we have all the other figures needed in this wave to complete the Abomination Build-A-Figure. And at the very bottom, we do have the UPC code, so you can check with your local retailer to see if they have this in stock. But enough about that. Let's get this open and take a look at Miss Marvel. And here is Miss Marvel outside of her packaging. And unfortunately, this figure doesn't bring a whole lot new to the table compared to the other figure that we got of Miss Marvel. It does have different boots, but other than that, everything else appears to be the same. We get a little different shade of red and blues, and then even her skin tone seems to almost be a bit more gray than the previous release, so it's a little bit of a lighter color. But overall, I mean, the figure is a decent figure, and if you missed your chance to get a Miss Marvel figure back, I don't even remember when it was, but if you missed your chance to get the figure back then this is an opportunity to get the figure now. But like I said, it doesn't bring a whole lot new to the table for this release. Now, she does come with the same accessories that we did get with the previous release Miss Marvel, which is to say that we get the different arms here from the elbows down. So all you have to do with that is to basically pull the stock arms out, and then you're just going to have these arms that will port right into the elbow socket there. And then you're going to have basically her shape-shifting abilities represented in the form of just some Mr. Fantastic style stretchy arms, which they came out fine. I do wish that this one had a cut right here, even just for a swivel, because some of the punching poses that I've been trying to get her into, her fist is going to angle of a specific way, and you don't have any way to maneuver it. So it would have been nice to have like maybe a knuckles out, so if I could have just swiveled it, that would have been pretty cool. But otherwise, the sculpt on him and everything looks pretty cool, and you can kind of see a little bit of what I'm talking about with the gray tone, especially on these ones. It's just, I don't know, it's a very light color. I think they missed the mark a little bit, I think, on this flesh tone. Now, when standing straight up, Miss Marvel is coming in at 5 6/8 inches tall, which makes her about 14.3 centimeters. So that is cool that we do have a shorter character here, because she is a shorter character. This is a teenage girl we're talking about, so she shouldn't be in that full 6-inch scale or even above it. So it's nice to see that they kept it below the 6-inch mark. But since she doesn't come with any other accessories other than her Build-A-Figure piece, which we'll look at a later date, let's go ahead and just jump in here and take a look real quick at the paint and sculpt on Miss Marvel. And looking here at the head sculpt, we can see that it came out looking pretty good. No real complaints there, other than the fact that it is the same head sculpt that we already had. So again, for those of us that already have a Miss Marvel figure, it would have been kind of cool to get at least a different head sculpt so that we could utilize her in different poses other than this very neutral face. You know, whether it be a more noticeable smile or I prefer an aggression sculpt, teeth clenched or something like that. Especially she comes with fists on both her regular hands, and then one of her stretchy hands is a big old fist. So maybe something that's showing some aggression would have been kind of cool. But the hair sculpt looks good on it, so no real complaints there. You can kind of see what I'm talking about a little bit more, though, with the flesh tone. I don't know if it's showing up as much as in person, but it does just feel like it has almost a gray quality to it. But looking at the rest of the figures, the scarf came out fine. It's the same scarf that we got before. We get this little shape here, which on the previous release kind of had sort of the Captain Marvel star, at least the top half. I suppose it kind of still looks like that, and we get it on the inside of this one. So I guess it could still kind of be the star, just a lot more rough looking. So I'm not sure what that is. And then we get this gold color here for the classic Miss Marvel logo going over her little handmade burkini outfit that she has here. So still looks pretty good, though. And then I mentioned the colors being a little bit different. Unless you already have the other figure, you might not really notice that. So the colors are fine. And then we get some gold here on this bracelet piece. And the hands look okay. Like I said, we get some fisted hands with it, so that's good. And then I did mention it's new boots. So the previous release was just regular, skin tight, normal looking legs. With this one, we do get these knee-high or almost knee-high laced boots, which I think look pretty good as well. So no real complaints there. So, overall, the figure is fine. It's pretty true to the character, so no real complaints there. Looking at the sculpt, so the head can rotate around, but the hair is going to drag the scarf with it, and it does kind of get in the way of things. It can look down a fair amount, but you're not really going to look back at all because, again, that hair. Now, looking at the shoulders, we actually get a pretty decent range there, beyond 90 degrees, full rotation. We do have rotation at the elbow, and then you do have a hinge at the elbow, with the exception, of course, I don't know why I was going to say that, with the exception of these ones, but yeah, they have a hinge too, duh. But you get a pretty decent range on it. Then you are going to have rotation and a hinge on both of the wrists here, but you don't have it. That's what I was thinking. You don't have the rotation, like I said. I wanted on at least the fisted hand. She does have a diaphragm joint that gets you not much down, a little bit more going back, and then you have full rotation and a little bit of side to side. So it's definitely better to have it, but it doesn't give a ton of range in there. No other articulation hidden underneath this piece here. You have legs that are going to come apart about that far. Kick forward. This pushes it down a little bit, but I feel like she kicks forward enough that's not really impeding any of the articulation. And then right underneath that, we do see that she has a upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, a boot cut, and then she does have a hinge and ankle pivot. And that about does it for this review, everyone. So overall, this figure is probably going to be an easy pass for a lot of people that already have that previous release Miss Marvel, because this one just, like I said, doesn't bring anything new, at least not enough. We get the new boots, which I will say I do prefer. However, it doesn't justify a full purchase of a new figure. I suppose if you wanted to sell the other one and keep this one, if you really like the boots that much, then you're good there. But otherwise, this is probably going to be a completionist type purchase to get the Build-A-Figure piece and then maybe just sell off one of the two Miss Marvels. I don't know if you need two of them. I don't think she's been in enough teams to really justify the need of having her in two different spots in a display. So, but other than that, the figure is decent. It's very true to the character in terms of the design, at least the initial design. I know she's gone through some changes, and I think she's even wearing a different costume now. But either way, this still looks good. So overall, like I said, a good figure and worth a pickup if you don't have a Miss Marvel figure, but again, probably an easy pass if you already do. With that being said, though, make sure to hit that like button if you like this video, subscribe for more content just like this, and as always, thanks for watching my video, and have a great day.